Navigraph has updated their Navigraph Charts application to include Scratchpads, which makes it easier to copy clearances and ATC instructions with a simple swipe of your finger. In today's video, I'll be taking a look at this update and how this benefits you as a virtual pilot using Navigraph Charts. How many times have you been writing down clearances on paper or other applications like vPilot? Well, I do every single time. Well, now Navigraph has updated their charts to make it simple to copy clearance and write down ATIS instructions all through one app. Well, Navigraph call this Scratchpads. As you can see, Navigraph have given plenty of different templates such as ATIS, times, takeoff landing data, craft and holding clearances, as well as blank paper, lined and grid paper for other note-taking or mathematical calculations. So let's go through all of these and see what they include. First up, we have the ATIS pad. I'm using my iPad for this as it's mainly designed for tablet users, as this is the easiest way to take down notes using a pen or your finger. You can use it on all devices, but using a mouse to write it down can be quite tricky. So here I am on the ground at Stockholm Airport on Vatsen with ATC online, and they actually have ATIS. So we're going to tune into the ATIS frequency and start taking down some notes. First of all, we'll go to Navigraph Charts, click on the pen tab down here, and where it says tablets, we're going to click on ATIS. And as you can see, we now have a ATIS which has come up this Scratchpad here. We're going to click the pen tab and start filling in some details. We can also change the thickness of the pen. So we'll keep it on red. So we're at Stockholm, so we're going to write in Stockholm there, and now we're going to tune into the frequency and see what we can grab.
Archer, information, India,
So
time
India.
1150. Runway 01 left in use. Arrival runway 26. Runway 01 left, surface condition code 666. Issues at 1140. Runway dry. Chemically treated. Met report. Wind 280 degrees. 17 knots. Cav OK. Temperature 8. Dew point -6. QNH 1015. Hectopascal. This was Arlander 8 is.
Well, there we go. So we got our departure ATIS. I wrote down as much as I could hear on that one. I had the default one in the background, which was kind of confusing, but we heard that it was Stockholm 01 left, Juliet, time 11:50. It was 280 at 17 knots. Current visibility okay. Temperature was 8 degrees. Dew point was -6, and the altimeter was 1015. And writing all of this down does honestly make it so much easier, rather than having to go into vPilot and then typing down details, especially when you're, not having to reach over to the keyboard. So that definitely made it so much easier. Right, now let's take a look at the other options here. So let's go to Craft. We'll press Add on Craft, and here we have the Craft Scratchpad. Now this stands for clearance limit, route, altitude, frequency and transponder code. Now I haven't got any clearances to go off today, so we're just going to pretend like we have got one already. If I just bring up one of my previous ones. So departing from Stockholm, we're going to be on runway 26 today. So I'm just going to write down 26, and it's going to be the LTOT 5 Tango. So we're going to put that, I guess, in the route bit. So the LTOT 5 Tango, and then with the altitude, let's just say we are cleared to flight level 280. Frequency on departure will make up 1131.1, and then transponder code, let's do a random transponder code, we'll just say it's 4560. There we go. So yeah, that's one of the other features here that you could use, and we've also got other Scratchpads such as takeoff and landing data. So with this one, for example, we'll do it again. So runway 26, for example, V1 is 140, rotation speed is 142, and then we'll say V2 is 147. It does make it a lot easier to kind of write things down and to have this all in one place. And what's good about being on Navigraph is that not only is all this here, but you also obviously have your charts as well. So if you're trying to make notes from the charts straight into your craft or your takeoff landing data, you can do so. But if you don't want to use one of these pre-made templates, you can always go to the blank paper and start jotting down random notes as well. So if ATC giving you random notes during the flight, like, I don't know, turn left to head in 090, or you know, direct to timber, you know, you can write all this down rather than having to go to your keyboard and look for each keys. You know, if you do have a pen, it would be much easier as well than using your finger. Also, you want to do some mathematical equations if you need to. There's also grid paper, so you know, this is just stupid, let's just do 4 plus 4 equals 8, you know, something like that. It can be used, obviously, very, very useful, and depending how in depth you want to go. This is great as well for using beyond ATC, say intentions, or other systems, you know, such as VATSIM or IVAO. But yeah, that kind of concludes today's video of kind of showing around the Scratchpads. I have to say, I'm such a fan of this feature because now I can actually put my iPad to use with Navigraph Charts. Before, I wasn't really sure what to use my iPad for because I can use it all on the PC. And obviously when you're on the PC, it's hard to write things down with the mouse. So in order to do it on the iPad, if you've got one obviously, or your phone as well, if you've got one obviously, it's very easy to write things down. So what do you think of this new Navigraph feature? Do you think you will be using this, or is this something that you don't think you will put to use? For those of you that you do not have Navigraph, has this made you want to invest into it? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If you wish to have a deeper look into Navigraph Charts, I will leave a link in the description. And thank you all for watching this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!